Welcome to Menu Monday. I apologize ahead of time as I have strep throat. Took me a while to go to the doctor. With everybody being sick out there, I didn't want to go, but found out nobody was at the doctor. Everybody was at Walmart buying toilet paper. So got my medicine, all good now. I'll be better soon. New recipes every Monday. Stuck in that cooking rut? I've been there. Come join me and try some new things. I have fun in the kitchen and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get cooking! So the first thing we're going to do is cut up the sausage and that into 1/2-inch thick slices, or as close as you can get. Then we're going to cut up our skinless, boneless chicken breasts. I'm going to cut those into 1-inch pieces. We're going to add some olive oil. This is some that they gave me free at Walmart for doing a grocery pickup, so I used that up. Getting everything in the pan. And then we are going to brown the sausage and the chicken in the skillet. If there's leftover grease, you want to drain that. If not, no worries. And while our sausage and chicken is browning in the skillet, we're going to layer our vegetables in the slow cooker. I have 1 green pepper. That's to be cut into 1-inch strips. It also calls for 1 cup of sliced fresh mushrooms, but Big Daddy doesn't like mushrooms, so I did omit that step. And this calls for 2 medium onions sliced. However, I had 1/2 one in the refrigerator left over from a different recipe, so I just did 1 onion and the 1/2 that I had left over. And that was really plenty for this dish. And once we had all the peppers and onions in there, it was time to add the sausage and the chicken. I thought my camera was on, but apologies, it was not. So the next step was to top it with the tomato sauce, the oregano, and the basil. And then we cook this on low for 3 hours. "30 minutes prior to it has completed cooking, you take the lid off, mix it up, and let it cook for 30 minutes to reduce the juice. For our side, and you can serve this with any side of your choice, I chose carrots and turnip roots. So I peeled them and sliced them, put them in vegetable oil, onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper, and grilled them in the oven for 30 minutes. They were delicious, and for a low-carb side, I would do that again. Another option would be to do ranch cauliflower, which is one of my favorites. So we got this all chopped up, mixed it, like I said, with onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper. We put it in the oven for 30 minutes, and then we're going to have dinner tonight. And now the vegetables are cooked. I'm going to go ahead and get those plated up. We'll get the chicken and sausage on the plate with the tomato sauce. It was so good. I think I do want to try it with the cauliflower rice next time. Dinner was good tonight, and here are your ingredients. First thing we're going to do is heat up the skillet. Put that on high and add some oil to the hot skillet. You want it really hot here because you want to sear your beef. We're not cooking it through, we're just searing it and browning it on all sides. I usually use a chuck roast. I guess I didn't notice when I was purchasing this that it was a chuck steak. Never had that before, but all it was in 2 pieces, and I think it was more tender. So I may do that again. There was plenty leftovers. The only downside to this was I had to do it twice. Alright, once we've got everything in the pot, we're going to sprinkle either your packets of dry ranch dressing mix, or I use 2 tablespoons out of the big container that I have. 1 package onion soup mix. And then it calls for a stick of butter. I was a little short on butter, so I used what I had and finished that up, put it on my grocery list. And then for the pepper crostini, and you place, it says 8 on your roast. You can use as many as you wish. I just sort of sprinkle them around. And you put this on low for 8 hours. And then to go with ours, I used to serve it with mashed potatoes or rice, or sometimes on a bun with some provolone cheese. But since we're low carb, I did vegetables, and I chose some Brussels sprouts that I needed to use up, so I cut those up first. I did some broccoli, and then some carrots and turnip root. And what I did is I cleaned everything off, put it in a bowl, covered it in olive oil, and then some salt and pepper, and grilled it in the oven until everything was cooked through. I added onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper. I sprayed the pan, and I put mine in the oven for about 30 minutes. And I think if I grill it, it's 350, but these I air fried in the baskets, so I did 375. And they're ready in about a half an hour, but just check for doneness. And this is dinner tonight. It was delicious. We've had it several times, maybe a repeat on here. And here are your ingredients. The first thing to do is slice the spaghetti squash in half and remove the seeds and ribbing. going to spray the inside of the squash with some olive oil, some salt, and some pepper. We'll place this on the baking sheet and put in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes at 400. You want to put them cut side down. And once you have them both on there, you can take a fork and poke some holes into the squash. The time is going to vary depending on the size of your squash, so I would check it after 25 minutes and just keep checking it there on after. Mine only took 25 in this oven. Now that we've got the squash in the oven, we're going to heat up our spaghetti sauce of choice. You can do this with hamburger also. I just chose not to do it this night. I love the Pioneer Women different sauces, and I'm going through all the different ones to see which one I like the best. This was the garden vegetable. And when your squash is done, you just take it out and shred it with 2 forks. I'll spray this with some spray butter. Mix that in. And then we're going to plate it up. And it calls for Parmesan cheese. I didn't have Parmesan, so I just used some mozzarella. It was really good. We definitely will have it again. And here are your ingredients. Today, the first thing I did was wash the chicken. I used chicken thighs for this dinner, but you can use chicken breasts. And after I washed them, I put salt, pepper, and a chicken seasoning dry rub on it. I sprayed my casserole dish and put all the chicken inside. After the 3 hours on low, we're going to mix together the broccoli cheese soup, sour cream, and shredded cheese. We're going to remove the chicken from the slow cooker and drain off the juice. I saved this juice and used it for a soup the following day. We're going to pour the broccoli cheese soup mixture on top of the chicken. And this works better with a spatula, so that's what I had it for next. On top of this, I put some frozen broccoli, which was actually thawed, which is a better way to do it. If it's frozen, it gives a lot more liquid to the dish. And then you're going to put it in on 1 hour on high in the slow cooker. And this is dinner tonight. Here are your ingredients. Well, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next Monday for another Menu Monday. Y'all take care. Love y'all. Bye-bye.